If you're thinking about moving to South Florida or even just visiting, there are a few things that locals are very aware of that people from out of town don't always think about. And every year we see situations that are honestly heartbreaking because people just don't know what to expect. So I want to walk you through 5 things to be aware of so you can enjoy living here and stay safe at the same time. Hi, I'm Linda Brennan with the Brennan team. I grew up here in South Florida, raised my family here, and these are the things that I've always made sure that my children understood. The first one is rip currents. This is something that comes up, especially in certain seasons. And unfortunately, we do hear about visitors getting caught in them, and that's something that's really on my heart to bring awareness to. In fact, whenever I hear my kids are heading to the beach without me, I still text them a picture of a rip current graphic. Even though I've told them, I've taught them, and they know it, it's just that important. Because when you're in a panic, it can be really hard to remember what to do. A rip current doesn't just pull you under, it pulls you out. And if you don't know what's happening, you instinctively try to fight it, which gets what people into trouble. So the key is you don't fight it. You swim parallel to the shore and then come back in. Another thing I always recommend is going to a guarded beach whenever you can. That's one of the safest ways to enjoy the water here. And when you get there, check the board before you go in. They'll usually have conditions posted, including whether there is a rip current or risk for that day. And also beware of the times when the lifeguards are actually on duty, because there are times of day when they're not out there. It's one of those things that once you understand it, it's manageable. But if you don't, it can be very dangerous. The second thing is the sun. And I don't just mean getting a little too much sun, I mean serious sun exposure. The Florida sun is so very strong, especially in the summer months. And even if it's cloudy, you can still get burned very quickly. And not just a little burn, you can get burned really bad, like damage to your skin with blistering, and it can even turn into sun poisoning. And that just doesn't ruin your day, it can ruin the next couple of weeks because it takes time to heal. It's an actual burn. The thing is, it's completely avoidable. People just get caught up in the moment, the sun, the water, the fun, and they forget to protect themselves. So a few simple things make a big difference. Reapply sunscreen, especially after you've been in the water, because it does wash off. Stay hydrated. You don't realize how much the sun takes out of you. And honestly, one of the best things you can do is wear a sun shirt. Those are the long sleeved, lightweight shirts. They're cool, they're comfortable, and they give you the best protection. Add a hat and sunglasses and protect your skin, your eyes, and you'll be able to enjoy the day without dealing with the aftermath. The next thing to be aware of is lightning. This is something that people don't always think about, but it's very real here in South Florida, especially in the summer months. We get these afternoon storms that roll in very quickly, and with them comes lightning, and that's not something you want to ignore. A good rule of thumb is if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to get struck. And people don't often realize that the most lightning is on the edge of the storm, so you think, oh, it's far off, I got time, but you don't. So if you're outside, whether you're at the beach, the park, or even in your own backyard, you start hearing thunder, it's time to take cover. Go inside, get out of the open, because it's just not worth the risk to stay out there. The good news is these storms pass fairly quickly, and during that time it's important to be cautious. It's just one of those things that once you understand it, you plan for it and still enjoy everything that living here has to offer. Another thing I always warn my kids about, and I can't help it, I like to be proactive and cautious, especially when I know there's a way to avoid issues. Alligators. Now, I would be wrong if I said that it never happens, but attacks are extremely rare. However, they do happen. And it's really just about being aware of your surroundings. So if you're fishing near canals or ponds, you want to be mindful. And honestly, a lot of the concern is for pets. If you have a dog and they're near the edge of the water, that's where you want to be really cautious because that's where problems happen. It's not something to be terrified of, it's just something to respect. All right, let's lighten it up a little bit. Here's something you really don't need to worry about here: getting lost. Everything is pretty much north, south, east, and west. So if you do get turned around, just keep heading in one direction and eventually you'll hit a main road again. And that's one of the perks of Florida. It's fairly easy to navigate. I like to say everything you want to do is about 30 minutes away, meaning whatever you want, you can find within 30 minutes. There's a lot to do in every area, so it's pretty accessible. And I guess that's the advantage of not having a lot of turns, hills, or curves. Florida is flat and straight. And lastly, we need to talk about driving. Again, this is not something people expect. Even though everything is pretty easy to get around to and you can get to places fairly quickly, that's exactly what people do. Everybody seems to be in a hurry. And when you get on the interstate, you want to know exactly how to use it. So the left lane is a fast lane, and if you want to go slower, that's completely fine. We respect that. Just stay to the right. And really just be aware of your surroundings because you've got people here from all over driving together with very different ideas of what normal driving looks like. So it's not difficult. You just have to get used to it, especially in the rain. Florida downpours can happen very quickly. It is a tropical state, and when the rain lets loose, it can almost feel torrential. It will often rain really hard for a short period of time and then just stop as quickly as it started. It'd be raining on one side of the street, not on the other. It's crazy. But during that time, when it is raining hard, the visibility can be very low and the roads can flood pretty fast because of how much rain comes down all at once. So even after the rain stops, you can still have standing water on the roads, which is a hazard in itself. So the best thing to do is slow down, take your time, be cautious, and you don't want to pull over on the interstate. They actually advise against that. Just keep moving carefully and give yourself space. And the good news is the storms don't last long, so you just can slow down and wait it out. You should be back to clear roads fairly quickly. And really, that's the theme of all this. Living here is incredible and pretty simple. The weather, the lifestyle, everything it has to offer. But like anywhere else, there are things that you need to understand. And once you do, you can enjoy it fully and safely. If you're thinking about moving to Palm Beach County, I offer a quick 15-minute introductory call where we can talk through your goals and make sure you're choosing the right area. And if there's something that you'd like me to cover or something you've heard about living here, let me know in the comments. I love connecting with people and helping you get clarity. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.